Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us here today. And I am honored to be here to announce my appointment of Catherine Stefani as our new District 2 Supervisor. As you all know, I had the great fortune of growing up in District 2 and in this community. This is a library I visited and checked out books as a young kid, the gym that I played in when I was a child growing up. I lived here my entire life, and I care deeply about the well-being of the residents of District 2 and the safety and the success of these neighborhoods. With that in mind, I could not be more confident in my appointment of Catherine as District 2 Supervisor. No one knows District 2 better or cares more passionately about the community than Catherine. She served as a legislative aide for District 2 inside of City Hall for nearly a decade. And during that time, she always fought for the best interests of the residents of District 2, because to her, like it was to me, it is more than just a job. It is about representing the neighborhoods that we live in and that Catherine and I are both raising our children in. She has lived in Cow Hollow for 17 years, where she, along with Chris, are raising their children, Dominic and Gigi. She's a familiar face in the community, someone who knows every grocery store, every small business. She can recite the neighborhood organizations and all the people that represent them. She understands the needs and concerns of our community, of our small businesses and our commercial corridors. And she has a unique insight into the matters that are most important to San Francisco residents, and in particular those in District 2. She's always been an admired representative of the district and has built her career on drafting policies, not playing politics. And during her past decade inside of City Hall, she has earned the respect of her colleagues and built numerous relationships with a broad array of organizations and individuals. And she will enter the board and the board meeting today in just a few hours, ready to roll for the residents of District 2. For 5 years, Catherine worked in my office as a legislative aide. And I know that she is the best qualified to represent our neighborhoods. And I was able to witness firsthand her tenacity and the judgment that she used inside of City Hall and in our neighborhoods. I know that she is eager to address the homeless crisis that we have in our city, and in particular inside of District 2, and the housing shortages that we face across our city. She will be a friend to our small businesses in District 2. She will be a voice for our immigrant community in San Francisco, and a champion for public safety measures that matter to every single resident, and especially the residents of District 2. Catherine has been a fierce advocate for gun control laws in her work with Moms Demand Action, a national leader on this issue that I know she will carry forward at City Hall. She will make sure that our parks are maintained, our streets and our sidewalks are cleaned, and our community centers are supported. From the moment she is sworn in, Catherine will be out there fighting for District 2 and for the city. So thank you again for joining us today. And now I'm honored to introduce Catherine Stefani, our new District 2 Supervisor, and her family, and we will be doing the swearing in. Come on up. Okay, ready to go. So repeat after me. I, Catherine Stefani,
I, Catherine Stefani,
do solemnly swear
that
I will support and defend
the
Constitution of the United States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California.
and the Constitution of the State of California.
That I take this obligation freely,
That I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
And during such time as I hold the office,
And during such time as I hold the office,
as a member of the Board of Supervisors
as a member of the Board of Supervisors
and Transportation Authority
and Transportation Authority
for the City and County of San Francisco.
for the City and County of San Francisco.
Congratulations. You're good. Let's sit down. You guys go down on
Wow. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Thank you, Mayor Farrell, for your confidence in me and for those kind words. It means so much to me. This is an opportunity I did not see coming and one that I cannot pass up. My district needs a supervisor right now, and I know the job. I know my community, and I know the issues. I know how City Hall works, and I am able to hit the ground running. Before I spent 9 years as a legislative aide in District 2, I was advocating on behalf of our neighborhoods as an office of the Cow Hollow Association. The last 2 years, I have been a department head in City Hall as your county clerk, which gives me a unique perspective on how the laws we pass are carried out in real life, outside of the supervisor's chambers. What you don't immediately see on my resume is the why. Why have I chosen a life of public service? A life that began when my dad dropped me off at Georgetown University when I was 16 years old so I can intern for my congressman. I have always had a deep desire to better the lives of those around me. I come from a place of empathy and connection with others, a sense of responsibility and obligation to be in service to others, and most of all, from an urgent need to act on serious issues that are facing my district, our city, and our nation as a whole. One of those serious issues being public safety. We all know the car break-ins in the city are out of control. When we moved into our house in Cow Hollow 17 years ago, broken glass on the street was a rarity. Now it's a daily occurrence. Just a few months ago, my son's friend was mugged in the marina walking home from school. He's only in the 7th grade. The number of guns that are on our streets, the fact that our children now routinely face lockdown drills to plan in the event of a potential mass shooter is unacceptable, and we have to do better. As a former prosecutor, I understand our criminal justice system, and I understand that there must be consequences when people commit crimes. We must also provide more resources for our police officers, our DA's office, and our courts so they can make a difference. The homeless issue in our city is also a crisis. We all know that. My daughter cries every time she sees a homeless person, not because she is scared, because she is like me, and it is hard for her to see someone suffer. We must see these individuals as human beings in need of help. I believe we can look to our nonprofits for models as to what they are doing right. I served on the board of directors of the Homeless Prenatal Program for 6 years, and their model of breaking the cycle of poverty is something our city can learn from. I look forward to working on this issue day one, and all of the pressing issues facing District 2 and our city as a whole. I want to thank all of those who've supported me during this time and who have encouraged me to accept this position. It has been overwhelming, and you cannot know how much it means to me. I want to thank Mayor Libby Schaff for being here today. We were Emerge Sisters, and she is just an incredible friend and ally. I also want to thank Andrea Dusteel, who's president and founder of Emerge America, for being here today and for her support as well. And I also see Father Ken Westray of St. Vincent de Paul over there, and my son's entire 7th grade class. So thank you for being out here as well. I look forward to working on your behalf. There's so many people I can thank, and I will do so later, but again, I cannot thank you all for your support, and especially my husband, my children. We agreed to this as a family, and we will do this as a family. Thank you again, Mayor Farrell, for placing your confidence in me. This is not a job. It's not a title. It has always been a calling. I accept with an abundance of gratitude and a promise to represent the residents of District 2 with everything I've got. Thank you.
Great job. You're beginning to see why this is such a great appointment. So Catherine mentioned it. We are very honored to have so many elected officials here in San Francisco, so many others here in attendance. Father Westray, thank you for being here. I did not see you in the background. Is amazing pastor of St. Vincent de Paul Church. But really want to thank Mayor Libby Schaaf for being here. Mayor Schaaf and Catherine were in Emerge together, and I know have formed a strong friendship and bond over the years. So Mayor Schaaf, I'd like to invite you up to say a few remarks.
I met Catherine. Oh, I'm sorry, Supervisor. That sounds nice, Supervisor. I met the Supervisor in 2009, in the 2009 class of Emerge California. We were both kind of awkward, dorky policy wonks who bonded immediately because we both had sons named Dominic. It's pretty unusual, right? You were 5, my Dominic was 4, and Gigi, you were a hardly detectable bump in the belly, which grew over our class time. And just as we emerged as graduates, so did you, Gigi. I cannot tell you how fortunate you are, San Francisco, to have this incredible leader. And she's incredible for 2 reasons that I'd like to focus on today. And again, I apologize for not being more formal. When you've sat in pajamas in a hotel room drinking wine and joking about our age differences, it is really hard to be formal right now with you, Supervisor. The first reason is, and I cannot think of a better word to describe it, this Supervisor is a smarty pants. The amount of knowledge and experience that she is bringing to this position is unparalleled. You will find many San Franciscans with passion in their hearts and a commitment to take on these intractable challenges. But I cannot think of anyone who brings the resume of actually how to affect change within the city and county government. That is what sets this Supervisor apart. And finally, I do have to mention that she is a mother. That we are in a moment, the Me Too moment, where we must have uncomfortable conversations and lift up people from the non-dominant identity to shed light and to chart a path for a more equitable, welcoming, inclusive society, and that must start from leadership. I can speak from experience that doing this job as a mother is hard. It will not be easy. And when Supervisor Stefani said that you as a family made this decision together, you as a family will be doing this job together. I ask everyone here, in whatever faith is part of your tradition, to lift up this family in your prayers. The job of a public official, we all know, is a hard one. Every day we get up with the audacious hope that we will solve the unsolvable, that we will break the intractable. Every day we get up with that audacious hope, and we do it in a very public way. We do it with people screaming in our faces. We do it because we know it is the right thing to do. But it is hard, and it is very public. And so please just know, I'm sorry, what a badass your mom is. She really is. She is doing this job for all the right reasons, equipped with an unbelievable arsenal of experience and with just a sharp brain and a warm heart that is going to make her so incredibly successful. So it is my incredible honor to welcome you, to congratulate you in this moment, not just as an emerged sister, not just as a fellow elected official, but as someone I am really proud to lift up as Supervisor of the City and County of San Francisco.
Thank you, Mayor Schaaf. I do want to acknowledge all of the elected officials that are here today. Board President Lennon Breed, Supervisor Safai, our District Attorney George Gascon, Supervisor Aaron Peskin, our Treasurer Jose Cisneros, Supervisor Katie Tang, Supervisor Hillary Ronan, Supervisor Jane Kim, and our Assessor Recorder Carmen Chu. So in representing District 2, one of the great pleasures is working with our amazing neighborhood groups. And we have some amazing people serving on their boards and some amazing leaders who have dedicated their lives, in many cases for decades, leading these neighborhood groups. And I want to introduce one of them. She's been amazing to work with. I know she's a good friend of Catherine's, and the president of our Kyle Hollow Association, Lori Brooks.
Hello, everyone. This is a complete honor that you've even asked me to do this. I will be a little more formal because I don't want to miss anything. I first met Catherine in 2003 when she joined the Cow Hollow Association board. She was pregnant with her first child. When I joined that board a few years earlier, I too was pregnant with my first child. Most people would say that is bad timing to join a board. But in fact, we not only gave birth to our children, we gave birth to ourselves as community leaders. Catherine took her legal and political experience and dove right in and was a tremendous asset to our board. But it didn't take long for others to notice her talent. And of course, she was snapped up by Michaela Alioto-Pierre to be her aide, and her work that she did during that tenure gave her the immediate open door to be working for Mark. She proved herself as a capable leader. It was a loss to our board, but a tremendous gain to the district. Catherine is smart, she's responsive, she's diplomatic, she's empathetic, and she's fiercely protective of the neighborhood's interests. She's a triathlete, which tells you how disciplined, competitive, and goal-oriented she is. She can endure pain and get past the finish line. Limping all the way. All these traits, plus that enormous resume she has, will serve our district well. Also, I want to say congratulations to Mark on becoming our interim mayor and thank him for standing by our side for the last 8 years. You have always guided and supported the neighbors in whatever issues we brought to you, which included things like zoning, the Presidio, Lombard Street, undergrounding of wires, cell towers, parking, traffic, crime, all of it. And every time we approach Mark, he would sit us down, he'd go, what is the neighborhood's issues and how can I support you? And he would stand beside us, sometimes against some pressures that wouldn't be to his benefit long-term politically, but he would always stand by the neighborhood. And Catherine, by his side, would do all the work to make it happen. Mark, you are leaving the district in good hands by choosing a very worthy successor. Catherine has earned this appointment. Her 9 years as a legislative aide for District 2 has given her the credentials and the respect of the residents and businesses to effectively and proudly represent our district. It's almost an embarrassment of riches to have this window of time as Catherine as our supervisor and Mark as our mayor. Let's work together these next several months to make a positive, lasting impact on San Francisco. Catherine, as your friend and fellow community organizer, I look forward to continuing to raise our families in San Francisco and, by example, teach our babies, who are now young adults, and their friends how to protect and preserve the quality of life in our wonderful city by the Bay. Thank you.
Great job. Wow. Great job. Want to stand up with me? We'll take a few questions. Okay, so that concludes our program, and Catherine and I would be, Supervisor Stefani, apologies, and I would be happy to answer a few questions.
Yes, Mark, there's two issues that you were handling. I got a second by the police department. Will she be taking that over?
Well, the one thing that I do know is that Supervisor Stefani is going to be incredibly attentive to every single issue inside of District 2. And so I would suggest that offline here, we have that conversation, make sure she's up to speed.
We can do it online.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Mm-hmm.
I do. I will be running.
Let me add to that. And Vic, let me add to that for a second. My number one goal and criteria in thinking about District 2 was having someone in this seat who would represent the neighborhoods of District 2 the best. Whether that person wanted to run for office or not. And Catherine does, and she has my full and unequivocal support. And there is nobody better to represent the residents of District 2 than Catherine Stefani. Okay, if nothing else, have a great day, everybody.